Oh man, today is a good day. What's up guys, hope you're having a good day today. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to America, where I'm finally back from Nepal. Admittedly, it's been about a month and a half since I've last touched the camera, but we are back and I'm back with this 2018 Honda Clarity and it's been a lot of fun, but I have to admit, I messed up with it. But before we get into that, let's get out of this drabby parking garage and let's talk about what's happened in the month and a half since I last filmed a video. So let's get started. And just like that, we have made it to the rooftop of the parking deck with the Clarity. Admittedly, I do have to wash this thing because it's quite dirty, I'm not gonna lie. But unfortunately, I just have not had any time lately to wash this car. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. So I want to take you guys back to December 14th, 2023. I have a flight to India the next day and I have to drive 3 hours. And unfortunately, when I was driving during those 3 hours, a state trooper managed to pull me over. And if you're wondering for what, well, just take a look at the clip.
All right, buddy. Well, look, I appreciate you being cooperative with everything, but just know whenever somebody pulls up behind you, even when you pulled off in the median, man, you could have just stayed right there and I'd have come up and talked to you because at least we wouldn't have nobody coming at us, you know what I mean?
I see.
So, but there's you. What you got?
Sorry.
You good. There's your license back. Look, I issued a citation just because of the speed, because it was high. I mean, I got you at 84 and a 55, all right? That's 24 over. So all that's right here. The court date set for February the 1st here. I know you'll be back in school and everything then, but it is mandatory court appearance. So either you'll have to be there, or you'll need an attorney there to represent you on that court date, okay?
I see. Is there any way to reschedule that or no?
No, it doesn't get rescheduled. If you show up the first day, more than likely they'll take care of everything that day. If you can't come, like I said, you have an attorney there, they'll take care of everything on the first day, especially for, you know, speeding tickets like this. It's not a big deal. It's something they deal with all the time. So
I see.
All right.
All right,
man. Look, you be careful. You can go straight up here, and where those orange signs are up there, you can make a right and go back in that spot, cross over where you made the U-turn at, okay?
Okay, thank you, officer.
Be careful.
Thank you. Okay, real quick, big shout out to the parking guy. I don't know what you call him. He's one of those guys that just checks the parking lots to make sure that everyone is supposed to be in their respective parking lots, and is cool with the fact that I just parked in about 4 different spots. So if that guy's watching, shout out to you. Thanks. So yeah, I got pulled over in the Clarity doing 84 and a 55. Not my brightest moment, not whatsoever. It was a very stupid thing on my end and I shouldn't have been doing that speed. I don't know, this video is a bit rough to make because, I mean, I messed up. I really badly messed up. And I guess I need to talk about it. I gotta at least talk about it because I gotta be honest. Yeah, I messed up. But for more context, let me show you guys like a demonstration, quote unquote, on what had happened. I'm not gonna be driving another 84 and a 55, don't worry. So if we go to the back of the Clarity, you can see that the trunk is open, and that's because I have created a little diorama of sorts, if you will. These flip-flops here represent medians in the road. This Honda key represents myself, and this blue headphones case represents the state trooper in question. And so what had happened is that I merged onto the highway coming off of the interstate, and what had happened here is that I just resumed my cruise control from the interstate, and it kind of accelerated, and I saw flashing blue lights following right behind me. And so at this point I thought it was an ambulance, so I put my foot on the brake. I come into a left turn lane, which is actually a U-turn lane. I don't know why they called it a left turn lane, but so does the officer. And my first thought was that it was an ambulance, so that's why I pulled over to the side. And then I realized, oh, that's a cop. And so at this point, I'm panicking a little bit because this is my first time being pulled over. And for some reason, I was like, okay, this is an unsafe situation. Let me not be in the middle of the highway while there's cars doing about 60, 65 next to me. And so I take a U-turn. I put my hazard lights on, I take a U-turn, and I go very slowly. The cop follows right behind me. I'm not accelerating or anything. I'm barely doing maybe 40 miles an hour, if that. I'm going below the speed limit, in other words. And so I go into a neighborhood that was off to the side of the highway, and I come to a stop. Officer is right behind me. He stops with me. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this pissed off the officer a lot from what I've heard. In fact, he was getting very frustrated at me for doing that, which, thinking about it now, I understand. He had every right to be annoyed with me. I could imagine as a cop, he probably thought that I was trying to run or something like that. First of all, I was not trying to run. Please do not get that idea. I do not run from cops. In fact, again, this is my first time interacting with the cops, but I understand why the cop would think that I was trying to run or something similar to that, and I also understand why he got very frustrated at me, and that's very understandable. And if he is watching this video, I'm very sorry that I did that. I should not have done that. That was very stupid of me. So I got pulled over in December of 2023. So you might be wondering, why am I talking about this now? Why did I wait so long to talk about this? And that's because there was a court date associated with this. So I was charged with speeding and reckless driving, as I was doing 29 over the limit, and reckless driving on that road was considered 25 over. And so I had a court date for it. My attorney went in my place and he did the best that he could. Thank you so much to that attorney. But I still had to suffer consequences for my actions. I messed up. I deserve to suffer consequences. I know that. But the consequences for this were that I had 3 points on my license and that I had to pay a fine. So yeah, I have 3 points on my driver's license. They will go away after, I believe, 3 years. I'm not too sure on what the number is. But yeah, I got 3 points. And I feel like this should go without saying, but don't speed. Don't drive fast on roads that you're not supposed to go fast on. And what I mean by that is like on the road itself. On the racetrack, go as fast as you want. Within safety's sake, go as fast as you want. But on the road, don't be stupid. Don't do what I did. And quite frankly, I will never do that again. That was an incredibly stupid thing of me to do. And I still, even I don't even know how long it's been. Even months later, I still wonder, what was I thinking to allow myself to do that? But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I messed up. I should suffer the consequences of my actions, and now I gotta reap them. I will say this entire ticket thing, similar to the Prius accident, has kind of challenged my love for cars a little bit, because now whenever I think about it, I also think about partially when I got pulled over, and it sucks, honestly. I love cars. Cars are my entire life, and if I can't have that, then what about me is there, you know? But I mean, at the end of the day, I messed up with a car, and yeah, that's my consequence. I bear the consequence of my actions. And so eventually, I think as time passes, I'll be able to be more comfortable back in my flow with cars. Similar to what happened with the Prius accident, it took me some time to get my love for cars back, but it got back. And just like that, today's video is in fact over. And honestly, I'm happy to be able to talk about this and finally let it off my chest now. I feel like I've been hiding like a big secret from you guys, and I'm so sorry for that. But I didn't want to say anything for the sake of the trial and things like that. But I mean, here we are now, I guess. Yeah. If you liked this video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. And if you like what you're seeing, leave subscribe. And just like that, I'm out. I messed up. Peace.